Bhim, Jai Bharat. I would like to take a pleasure to congratulate everyone on the 133rd birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Today, I'm going to talk briefly about Dr. Ambedkar's 3 warnings in his last speech to the Constituent Assembly on November 25, 1949. He spoke of the need to give up the grammar of anarchy, to avoid hero worship, and to work towards a social democracy and not just a political democracy. 3 warnings. If we wish to maintain democracy, not merely in form, but also in fact, what must we do? The first thing, in my judgment, we must do is hold fast to constitutional methods of achieving our social and economic objectives. It means we must abandon the bloody methods of revolution. It means we must abandon the method of civil disobedience and non-cooperation. But where constitutional methods are open, there can be no justification for these unconstitutional methods. These methods are nothing but the grammar of anarchy, and the sooner they are abandoned, the better for us. The second thing, there is nothing wrong in being grateful to great men who have rendered lifelong services to the country. But there are limits to gratefulness. As has been well said by the Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell, no man can be grateful at the cost of his honor, no woman can be grateful at the cost of her chastity, and no nation can be grateful at the cost of its liberty. Bhakti in religion may be a road to the salvation of the soul, but in politics, Bhakti or hero worship is a sure road to degradation and to eventual dictatorship. The third thing we must do is not to be content with mere political democracy. We must make our political democracy a social democracy as well. Political democracy cannot last unless there lies at it a social democracy. What does social democracy mean? It means a way of life which recognizes liberty, equality, and fraternity as the principles of life. These principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity are not to be treated as separate items in a trinity. Thank you. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat.
He has done a PhD in economics, and he was a master of 64 subjects, and he could also speak 11 languages proficiently. He had done a lot of work for our society. He was one of the first to start movements against the caste system of India, and for temple entry of everyone. He was the first Law Minister of independent India. He gave a beautiful lesson of equality and fraternity through the Indian Constitution which he had drafted. Dr. Ambedkar's contributions extend far beyond legal and constitutional frameworks. He dedicated his life to fighting for the right of the marginalized and oppressed, advocating for social justice, equality, and human dignity. As we reflect on Dr. Ambedkar's legacy, let us not only honor his achievements, but also recommit ourselves to the ideals he stood for. Let us strive to build a society where every individual is treated with respect and dignity, regardless of their caste, creed, or gender. Let us uphold his vision of just an inexclusive society where everyone has equal opportunities to thrive and succeed. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat. Thank you.